I wanted to come on and just do a really quick video of the new Givenchy Holiday palette. And this is what she looks like. So you press the button here and that says, I'm sorry, it's so bright. It's really bright today. I tried to diffuse the light, but I'm filming in natural light. And this is what it looks like. I have two of the lipsticks, and one comes in the holiday packaging and the other is the velvet packaging. So I think I did choose to get both different packagings to see what they would look like. So this is the traditional, I guess traditional, it's a velvet, it's a black velvet, very luxe. I'll tilt it here so you can see more of the color. Givenchy here, this nice diamond raised siding, and then it's just really beautiful. It's got this gold trim, black velvet, and it opens like this. So you hold, see these brackets here? You hold it like this, and then you pull the lipstick out, and then it looks like this. So this is the copper brown, I believe. Copper Nude. So this is more of the subdued shade. Kind of like more of the everyday, unless you're an everyday person wearing red. So this is the holiday packaging, also very beautiful. So this is the blinged out one. This is not velvet, it's got texture, it's got glitter, silver glitter over black, and most of it's silver. And this is the Rouge, the red Rouge Graine, and this is what she looks like. Super red. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is do a swatch so you can see. Very red, matte as well. And the trick about those red ones, if you're a little bit shy about wearing red, you could also do a tap, lightly tap that on and do an ombre effect and don't have to put it on, right? So you can just dab it on so you get more of the pink. And this is the Copper Nude, so I'll do just a light swatch. You can see how like you can just layer that on really lightly, and this is a heavier swatch. So I could see myself using that every day. This you could use every day if you just buff it out. Or if you're just one of those red lipstick kind of people, then wear it every day. Okay, I'm going to remove that. So I have some swatches that I will put in as well. I have about 10 minutes to get ready, and I just wanted to do, my face is set already. So I have my everyday, I'm going out because it's sunny today, the last hurrah of summer. So I have my Chanel Water Fresh tint. Actually under that I have SPF Chantecaille, then the Water Fresh tint, and a little bit of the Chantecaille cushion foundation just in the center to kind of matte everything down, because I found when that Chantecaille cushion foundation is really great when wearing masks. It doesn't lift the foundation. I could wear that by itself, but I doubled up on products today. And then I have my Tom Ford bronzer, and then Pat McGrath Desert Orchid, and then a little bit of Chantecaille Horse or Joy in the front. So my face is done. I've done my under eye as well, and I've already set my eyelids. So I don't know what to go in with. So the reason why these kind of don't show up so much is that this is the topper. There's one topper in this palette. And this is kind of like a white, purple, shimmery color. It reminds me of Pat McGrath in a way, but subdued. So this is all of a very subdued palette after seeing the swatches. Subdued in that they're glittery for the holiday, but they're not, I will say that, you know, when you're looking at Instagram makeup and you see the impact, you can see it right away. I don't know how much is going to transfer, but because it's very subtle and sophisticated, it's more subdued, say, than more editorial type palettes like Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona. So we're going to go for it. Let's see, what am I going to pick here? Okay, I'm going to go in with the Crease 2 with Natasha Denona. I'm sorry, Sonia G. Excuse me. And I think I might try to see what this does to kind of deepen up the crease. I'm just kind of curious. So I'm going to go ahead and just use what I have here. So it does go on a little patchy, but I just want some depth. Can you see that? It could be the brush that I'm using too. And it could be the primer. I use the Fenty eye primer, and sometimes it grabs too much. That's why I don't like to use it. I like to use it for things like Pat McGrath, because they're so pigmented, it grabs. So I'm gonna try a different brush and see if it fares better. I'm gonna try the Sonia G Classic Crease. And it could be this is just not a good shade either. So let's try. And I'm just trying to deepen up the crease to get some depth here. Okay, and we'll say that I'm having a little trouble with that shade. So she's giving me problems. I might just shift, because I have about 10 minutes to do my makeup. I might shift and do kind of like more of like seeming like a one and done. Let me swatch those two. And here's the guessing game about this palette. It's what you think it's going to be deeper doesn't end up necessarily being deeper, right? So I thought that would be deeper, but it's not. Do you see that? And then this one is this. I might go with the reverse order. So when I have issues like this, I'm like, you usually think, well, I'm going to start with a crease, and it doesn't happen. I go the opposite way. So I think I might just go right into, you know, right into my mobile lid and see what this looks like. Okay, that's pretty. It's layering on nicely. Again, it's this one at the bottom. And I think if you're a person that needs some mattes in your palette, then this might not be the palette for you, or you might have to grab a matte palette, which I actually might end up doing. I usually have my Viseart within reach, just because my Viseart mattes. Okay, so that was this bottom one. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do one or two more colors. I think I'm gonna try this one here to see if I can use that to add the depth. That's what I was trying to do with this other one that seemed like the most matte in the palette, but it was giving me problems. So I'm just gonna take this shimmery kind of grungy brown with some sparkles to put in here for some depth. I have to go easy because it's a daytime look. I'm gonna be out in the sun a little bit, so I don't want it to be so smoky. And then sometimes when I think I don't want it so smoky, and then there it goes. So I'm gonna bring that over a little bit. Oh, it's quickly getting smoky. That's not really what I wanted, but you know what? The way it translates on the camera, it's not so deep. It could be okay still. It's just not as dramatic I wanted to go into. I think I'm going to try to add some dimension to this. Let's see what these look like. Again, I think I might go for this one here. It's got like a pink underlay. So there is some kickback in there, you can see. Just being really, yeah, there's some fallout. So just know that there's some fallout on this palette. So I'm gonna try to do the inner corner or right here, just to add some depth. And I usually don't like to tap my stuff right back in the pan because it's not good for my brushes, but there is fallout and I don't want it on this dress I just put on. Oh, look at over there. So far I think I've seen fallout in 2 of the shades, if that's something that you don't like. Now I'm going for inner corner just to add a little bit more depth. And I know that I'm rushing a bit, so I just want to put a little bit here. I like to do that too, just add a little. And this is the downside of filming in natural light, is that sometimes there's too much light and then you end up looking a little bit overblown. And today you're looking at me like pretty overblown, so that you're not seeing a lot of the nuances of this palette. So I'm going into this shade down here and just dragging it along the bottom line. So what's nice about these are pretty buttery, but there is some fallout, just so you should know. And then I'm gonna go back in here, wipe my brush in here just to add a little bit more depth. I'm gonna try to pat, because I'm seeing some fallout already on my face, which I'm not too keen on, because I'm the person that tends to do my foundation first and then the makeup, but then maybe I just have to learn to do, with this palette, I'll do my eyeshadow first. Okay, I'm gonna try this topper right here. Oh no, that's not the topper. This is the topper shade, this one. So I'm gonna see what that looks like when I just pack it on here. Yeah, it reminds me of Pat McGrath, but less blingy, if that makes sense. You see how that kicked that up a little bit. So I would say this is a very, very shimmery palette. Okay, I'm back. I did the rest of my eye makeup, Tom Ford liquid eyeliner and then mascara. And I actually added on more of the new Clé de Peau bronzer, just because, you know, it's still in the summer and I just wanted a bronzer look. So here's the final eye look. Again, with some of the shades here. So I mostly used this one, these 2 down here, and then this is the topper. So the next look I'll probably try will be the gold ones. So far it's okay. I like it. I don't love it. I feel like I have a lot of other eyeshadow quads, the same color story, with maybe with a better quality. You can see it turns a little pink and smoky. I think I have a couple Dior and Pat McGrath that kind of do the same thing, but it's pretty, right? Do you need it? This palette, I don't think you need it. I think if you have a lot of Pat McGrath or Natasha Denona, or even, I would say even Viseart, you could do the same thing. But it's a fun palette. This is, again, a first impression. I'm gonna try to use these gold ones next time. This shade was kind of a dud. I don't know. That might be better as a, use that as a liner, but I'll try to use that again. So here's the finished eye look. And then I wanted to finish with the lipstick. So I'll do the nude color one, which is this. I don't have time for liner, so I'm just gonna show it to you how it looks and then put on the red one, but I'm probably gonna use this one today. So, and again, this is the Copper Nude. It has a slight smell. I think it's perfume. Nothing too offensive so far. It's a really pretty color. It has some shimmer in it, like gold flecks. That's a beaut. Ooh, that's a look. So again, that's Copper Nude with the eye look. Beautiful. I like that it's shimmery. It's not dry. It's got emollient. Again, of this. Okay, this might be a dupe for the lipstick. So I just put on the Copper Nude. Really beautiful, and you can see on me it turns up brownish with some gold flecks. I think this might be a dupe for Pat McGrath's Flesh Fatale, or even one of her flesh lipsticks. And I don't know if they're making these anymore. I thought I heard someone saying that they might be discontinuing these. I'm not sure, but check her website or Sephora. So what I'm gonna do is swatch that for you. So this is the Givenchy Copper Nude 501. So we can, 3 swipes. Okay, and here is Pat McGrath Flesh Fatale. I have a teeny one, so I don't want to be careful not to destroy the bullet. So it's a little bit pinker. It's kind of like a cousin to that. It's also got gold flecks. I love this one. This is definitely, you know how you have lipsticks that are on your top shelf and some that you put away. This is on my top shelf because I love this one. So it's more pinky shimmery look to it. Both are beautiful. This has more brown in it. So I like both of them. So kind of a quasi dupe, more of a sister cousin kind of lipstick. I could use this every day. Okay, I'm gonna put on the red one just so you can see, but I'll probably be using the gold copper nude today. So I'm going to put on the Rouge Graine one, and that's the limited edition packaging, the holiday packaging one. It's just this one, open it up. Beautiful red. And really, I didn't need any more reds, but you know, it's for holiday. So what I'm gonna do is just dab it and just see what I can do in terms of, you know, some people don't like to have super red lipstick. It can be intimidating. So I did just dab it on, and then you can spread it. And even that, did you see that? I didn't put very much on there. Stop talking. And I literally just patted some of that on. And look how much pigment. I think this is the powder pigment one that dries matte. It's really beautiful. Okay, so that's a little bit. I'm just wondering if I could shear it out a little bit more for those who are faint of heart of red lipstick. Okay, so that's a light application of this one. Now we're gonna go in more just so you can see. Okay. That's, wow. That's very red. This reminds me, so it's a matte, and it's a matte, but it's not drying. So for those of you who like matte formulas that don't feel dry, this might be for you. That's, wow, that just glammed up my look. This reminds me of those MAC colors. Remember, I think they still have them. I'm drawing a blank, but the Diva colors. Is it the Diva ones where they have the Diva line of reds? But I grew up with those colors, and I love those. Those are my everyday. I was a red lipstick gal with lots of dark colors back in the day. And ooh, see, so the thing about red lipstick is that make sure not to get it on your teeth. It's beautiful. It's like a powdery matte, not dry. It's definitely a holiday color. Wow, this is beautiful. So on me, so I'm trying to see if the monitor is picking up the right. So it's not a blue, it's like the perfect red, maybe, if there's such a perfect red. It's for my skin because I have warm orange yellow undertone, and also the blush I'm wearing, it pulls a little bit more like brick red, but I'm wondering if I'm wearing something different like blue, will it turn blue red? Beautiful. So if you're interested in this this one, if you need more red in your collection, you might want to think about getting this. You don't have to. I know that I'm probably not going to wear this every day. This is really bright. I love it, but you know, just kind of with trends, I've been using more nudes. So there you go. This is the final look. So if you enjoyed that video, please give me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and let me know if there's any other quads or makeup you would like for me to review in the next coming days or weeks. And I hope that you're all staying healthy and well and taking care of each other and having a good transition into the fall season. See you in the next video. Thank you. Bye. Hi everyone, I thought I'd do a final thoughts on the Givenchy quad and the lipstick. I've been out wearing a mask and I did a pseudo wear test with the eyeshadow and the lipstick. So I left a couple hours ago with the other lipstick, and of course with the mask on it didn't wear. So but it's a lovely daytime with a little bit of glam. I would say it's definitely more fall appropriate, but I actually love that lipstick, the Copper Nude. And then right now I have the Rouge Graine, the 37. I don't know if this is a limited edition color. I don't believe it is. I think just the packaging is limited edition. But I have to say I've never tried a formula like this, so I'm really, really loving it. It's like that powdery pigment texture, but not drying on the lips. And I have a lot of reds, but what's nice is that I do have a lot of matte reds, but they're very drying. And then I have reds that are very glossy, and then it's just too shiny because it's red, and I like to matte it down just because it's already too bright. But what's nice about this is that this is actually, if you believe it or not, this is a light layer. I didn't go ham on it, which I will in a moment, but I came home and I really wanted it to wear this red again just because I really love it. So I'm gonna go put a little more on. Get in close so you can see. I think it's a beautiful red. And I actually changed my top because I was wearing a tank before, but I wanted to put on black or a darker color just so you could see where I definitely think this collection is definitely winter, right? It's a holiday collection for fall. And so just wanted you to see what it would look like with a darker color. And so I definitely recommend the lipsticks. I'm actually going to go online to see what other colors they have in this formula. I'm really interested in this pigmented, non-drying, it's matte but not drying on the lips, if that makes sense. But I'm really loving this formula of Givenchy. So I'm definitely love the lipstick. I'd have to say I'm kind of on the fence about this quad. I think it's really pretty. It's one of those definitely, you know, I feel like with holiday collections, they come and go. It's limited edition. I feel like sometimes those are impulse buys for me because it's just like a shiny new thing for the holiday. I do love the packaging. I mean, it's luxury beauty. This is the first time I'm trying Givenchy, so it is made in Italy. It's 6 months shelf life. And I guess I've tried so many eyeshadows that I have a lot of high expectations on the quality. So what I found about this formula is that there's a lot of kickback. And as I was digging into, you know, the formula, it just kicked up a lot, right? Really pretty colors, but the payoff isn't like huge. So, you know, I guess it's hard in that, but I'm biased in that I'm used to quality palettes, either indie or luxury beauty, where we're used to the high pigment payoff. But what I think is really nice about this quad is that if you want to try Givenchy, this is probably a fun one to try. It's kind of hard to mess this quad up. I mean, these are all really pretty colors. And I actually added a little bit more of this on the lid. So, you know, you can layer these. These are fun. You know, is it an original quad? No. I think the downsides of this quad are that there's really no mattes in here. So if you're a matte person who needs to build up some deepening of colors, you're gonna have to reach for another palette. I struggled to have this as to fake it or make it kind of matte. It was pretty messy. This one was kind of a dud for me. It didn't blend out well. I'll try it again, but so the first thing is, I think if you're gonna want a matte in here to layer up build up some colors, it's gonna be really challenging with this quad. I feel like this is probably best in that if you have other quads that you can build upon with this, you'll be set. The other thing that I found, I was out for about total of 3-4 hours. I found that there was definitely more fallout through the day. So I have pretty sensitive eyes, and then I'm pretty oily. You can see they didn't like powder the past 4 hours. This is me, you know, other than the lipstick, this is like my shine coming through an oil of wearing a mask, running around for the past 4 hours. And it's about 79 degrees where I am. And so I did notice that there was some fallout even after I finished my eye look. So what happens through the day with some eyeshadows, I can tell I have to watch for the shimmer shades, that then it tends to migrate into my eyes. And so my kind of make or break point is like at night, if I can see if it's, as I'm getting more tired, as I'm getting more oily, if it starts to really migrate into my eye area, and then I'll know that it's a fallout issue that I can't deal with, or I just have to know that's a short wear time, that I might be only wear this on special occasions, and then where I'm gonna come home and take off the makeup. Or I definitely, if I was gonna go to work or long haul occasion, I don't know if I would really wear this, because I definitely prime my eyes for it to stick, and there was still fallout. So if you've tried this palette, let me know. Do you need it? No, but if you want it, go ahead, have fun. It's makeup, it's fun. Are you gonna miss out is it something like original, like you have to have it limited edition, like once it's gone, you kind of miss that, like you wish you had it? I don't think so. I just, you know, wear tested and tried out the 2 Dior limited edition Birds of a Feather quints, and those are definitely, I would say, for sure, limited edition. If I missed out on those, I'd be really sad, because once they're gone, they're gone. And I'm completely happy with those Dior quints. For this thing, I think this is limited edition too. Do you need this and having fear FOMO? No, I would say that you can pass on this. So I'll still wear it and enjoy it, but I would probably combine it with other palettes I have, with some other creamy mattes, or just mattes in general. But you know, it's really pretty. You know, it's a holiday palette. So, okay. So those are my final thoughts. I just wanted to hop on one more time. All right, thanks. And again, it's like no pressure to buy any of these things. It's just makeup, it's fun. If it piques your interest, great. If you're just here to watch, that's great. We hung out together. But by no means do I want to encourage, or like you have to buy these things. I think if you're interested in seeing me to investigate if there's any dupes to this quad, I would say off the bat, like if you have Byredo, any of them, I'm trying to remember which one, Byredo Disco Palette might be a good dupe, or any of the 2 Pat McGraths, the Bronze Seduction palette maybe, or the Golden Opulence palette. Actually, let me pull it now. Okay, so I think a good dupe for that palette would be the Mothership 6 Quad Subliminal Bronze Ambition palette. This, I need to pull this out. I might do a video of like the best fall quints or makeup eyeshadows, but I love this. I think this would be a better option in that these are super pigmented. Unfortunately, I don't think she makes this anymore. You might be able to find it used or new in box from Mercari or Poshmark, but I love this 6-pan. This is definitely one of my favorite eyeshadows, and that's a keeper. And then I don't know if she's still selling this. I think this could be a dupe for this Givenchy quad, and you're gonna get a better payoff because there's some pinks and shimmers in there and golds. And you know, definitely for the holidays. This was for Lunar New Year. This is the Golden Opulence palette from Pat McGrath. I love this one. I mean, it has just some mattes in here that you can build. I'll pull that down. I mean, true to Pat McGrath quality. And this palette's over, it's got to be over a year old. You know, there's a shelf life to these, but this is more like my crease shade. So you can see that they have really great colors with this. Let me pull that. And that. Some yellows in there. So definitely gonna get more pigment and payoff. And I think that's what the thing is I struggle with is Givenchy. I think maybe their customer base isn't regularly, I'm not the regular customer base. So that kind of palette is marketed towards people who just want a wash of color, a dash of excitement, nothing too over the top, like a light glam. Whereas we know Pat McGrath is just editorial, out there, and knows that she's working with an audience of people who know her aesthetic, editorial, and also diverse skin tones. That's what I love about her line, is that all that fantastic color stories, packaging, and then moreover, they just work, her stuff works for a variety of skin tones and aesthetics. You can go super glam or just do a light look. And I love that you have the option for this. You're gonna have a hard time building this up, I think. Yeah, I think it might be hard to build this up if you're a deeper tone than me. It might look fabulous actually on someone with a very deep skin tone just because of the frosty colors, and they don't run too warm, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit more cooler, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you want to get it. If not, then we just had fun hanging out. Thanks. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and subscribe, thumbs up, and take care of yourselves and others. Thanks.